Tulsa Tally, welcome to Bill with Rob. How are you?
Thank you, Rob. This is a huge honor. I've been a fan for a long time, and my entire family is a fan. So greetings from my family as well.
Now, look, I also heard before we jumped on here a parrot in the background. Is the parrot
Yes.
also a fan? Does the parrot all ever watch
Um,
ridiculousness?
the TV is literally 5 feet from the parrot upstairs, so he probably hears your voice 20 hours a day.
Oh man, what a joy! What a joy from everyone in the family all the way to the parrot. Well, look, we're not here to talk about TV or parrots. We're
We
here
are
to
not.
hear about your business. Good note, man. Tell me about it, man.
Um, it's something I really started executing in 2017 in July. I launched the website and yeah, just from then we just keep the ball rolling, keep doing amazing things. I keep landing myself in these crazy positions that are just mind blowing to me. And yeah, our stuff has just gotten tremendously better over the years, and I hope to keep growing it that way.
And so basically it is just your form of every single product has tie-dye on it. Tell me about sort of the inspiration for the designs and what it is as a brand.
Okay. Off the start, I really just made clothes for myself when I started kind of getting into fashion more in my late teens, early 20s. Um, yeah, from there, I started making my own clothes. And my buddy Sean, he mentioned, man, we should maybe start trying to sell these. And I was like, okay, sounds good. We had the business name, which I love, good note, kind of always end on a good note, positive vibe type deal.
Mm,
And yeah, we started selling them. Off the start, just terrible, the worst stuff you can imagine. Looked awful, but as anyone practices a craft over the years, you get better and better. And now I think we're in a spot where our quality is top notch. I pride ourselves on that, and the designs are great. I mean, you always say manufacturing amazing, man. We are just
yeah,
manufacturing amazing over here.
it is beautiful. It's beautiful. Hey, and then I really do like the name Good Note. Like I didn't
Yeah,
hearing you say it on the positive vibes always end on a good note. Like I didn't get it. I didn't get it when I looked at the website, not on the social media. I never saw that anywhere. You know what I mean?
yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's a gem of a concept that I think you should double down on and
To
put a
make more
little
prevalent.
yeah, just
Yeah,
put some energy into it because it's not 100% like hearing you say it like made me feel some type of way. I was like, oh, from good. I was gonna ask you what does good note even mean, and then when you hit it, I'm like, oh wow, that's actually
yeah,
a super unique way to have to have a title and a name that's positive and on some positivity. You know what I mean? It's very cool.
yeah. And I mean, over time, it's became more and more meaningful to me because the business has just changed my life completely. So, end on a good note, and that's what I intend on doing. Years and years and years from now, when I grow this thing to whatever the levels I can get it to.
Yeah, and look, and I would implore you to define what that is. Like really being like, man, if I could just get it to, $500,000 a year and I could net after paying people 100,000 a year, like, and then I could buy a house and live my life, like whatever it may be, the starting first with what you want out of this business and then developing the pathway to get there is going to make every decision you make more clear. Because it's like if you're like, okay, that means I have to sell this many shirts, okay, or I could add, these additional items that then I could sell that. I would need 25 different stores to sell this many and sell this much online. The clearer you can define exactly how to work that plan backwards towards what is complete success for you, the better and clearer you're going to be taking the action to get there rather than just starting it with some homies and being like, this is a good idea, and then running it like you're running it with the homies forever. And then just being like, man, maybe we get on the local news and it pops off. Maybe we get on
I have been on a local
I
news.
know. I watched the
You
video.
watched it?
Man, I watched the video, man. Who was that? Paula Sands live, man. We were we were out here on Paula Sands live, man. Oh man, hey, look, I really enjoyed the video because your homie's like, don't curse," like, and
That was my biggest concern.
and then you got out there and you just executed on live
Yeah.
television with old Paula Sands, and she gave you props. She said you did a really good job.
Oh, awesome.
And look, it's not. And even then, it's like, oh, okay, is Paula Sands going to give us enough viewership? Then it's like, man, I found my way to build with Rob. I'm
I
live with
can't
Rob
believe
Dyrdek right now. You know what I mean? Like, is Rob Dyrdek going to make this thing go? And look, I'm again, I go back to this idea that you should consider just building some clarity into a plan, even though it's not in your nature, but just defining it so that your action that you're taking gives you a better chance of making it and moving with clarity towards that goal.
Yeah. I kinda have 2 separate goals in mind. I don't like the route I'm taking now, we've gotten into 2 physical stores, but
Yep.
they're kinda like the artisan, like, co-op stores where you there's a commission involved and stuff like that, and, I don't know if I wanna keep taking that route and getting more and more and more stores like that, or if I wanna try to get right into, like, the giant, like, franchise stores selling in 700 stores around the United States. I don't know. I think the possibilities are truly endless.
Yeah, and look, I think you make that decision, you hunt down all of those and make that decision because there's a lot of plus and minuses with everything as it relates to how to manage the business and scale the business. But I know you got some questions for me. What do you got?
Yeah, well, the business question is, just because you're so I mean, great at what you do at this point in your life. What would be like if exact position we switch places? What are your next 5 steps? What are you executing immediately to keep the ball rolling forward?
Well, look, again, I think as I started, I think number one is building a clear plan based off
Yep.
of the life that you want to live and how this business serves that life, right? And then designing all the steps that you actually need to go and do to realize this business the way that it would help you realize a great life. Because what you don't want to do is just be kind of like a ship at sea without a plan or a strategy and then allowing the business to become a burden, right? Like you don't
Yeah.
you just don't, you want to have keep setting clear milestones and goals and taking a shot with achieving that, and then making adjustments rather than like getting into a place where you just live frustrated of like constantly trying, like just waiting for something to happen, rather than taking the action to see what is the
Yeah.
right path to happen. I think one thing, you're making and designing the product, and I see you did the collabs with the artist and some other people. I
Uh,
think I think really trying to find like, hey, we do this super unique version of tie dye, like, and trying to do collabs with people would at least build your name. I think that's one way to begin to market it. I do love the idea of trying to hunt license deals, right? Like
yeah.
if you could go
I've
out
thought
and
about that with like wrestling and stuff because I'm a huge wrestling
look,
fan.
look, if you could go and get like we're a independent tie dye shop and like Vince give us the Hardy one or whoever it might, whatever it may be. It's like you get something like that. Now you get this new pull for your business that can have people discover it because it's a new way of presenting what they're already have an appetite for as a consumer in this new cool look and feel. I think you really hunt those down because those can be game changers and they're big for a lot of different brands. You know what I mean? Like our for my Alien Workshop skateboard company before, um, I gave it away. I actually gave it away.
Back to
We
the
did a
investors
yeah,
or the
like
initial people, initial
yeah.
owners.
Yeah, look
Yeah.
at you. Look at you. It was the right
I
thing
know
to
you,
do.
man.
It
I
was
know
the
you.
right thing to do. But we did these big license with Warhol and Keith Haring, and I mean they're selling it. They're selling in like auctions right now for significant money. So, there's always these opportunities to go out and get unlikely licenses that can create people that would just be looking for a certain brand and then find your brand connected to it.
Yeah.
I like that, but I'll tell you one that I'll tell you something that you did that I really liked that I'd never seen before, and it was the couples tie-dyed interlocking photo on your social media,
Oh, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Where it
And I'm
was
working
like,
with that more with families and stuff
you know what
too.
I'm saying? Where it was like the stripe, like one shoulder was tie-dyed on the girl, the other on the guy, in the center they connected and made like one big design. I just had
Yeah,
never seen that before. And it's this
yeah.
idea of like this connection shirt, like, and this connection moment that's now Instagrammable. It's now a gift for it's now like for when we're gonna go to Disneyland, we're gonna do whatever. I just think selling them in two pairs, like his and hers, or two best friends,
Oh,
his and
yeah, yeah,
his, like
yeah.
really kind of selling it as this connection. That's now something that's never been done, and so in a crowded space, you would have something that was unique in a way that has
And
all of
very
these
marketable.
intangibles on the marketing side, that make it super unique and desirable compared to just having tie dye. You know what I mean? So that's a couple things that I just really really thought was potentially compelling and interesting
We
to
kinda got
consider.
a little bit of that in the works, not just a couple, but like in family. Um, my buddy Sean, he just ordered a bunch of stuff for his kids for Christmas. Hopefully, I don't spoil that for them. But his plan is to get a big old picture with all of them wearing it. So it's going to be like 4 or 5 people all together wearing the same thing, and that'd be great for
Yeah, hey, look,
Facebook
and it
ad. You
is
know what I mean?
essential. It is essential that they lock together and create a design rather than just all
Yeah.
being in the same design. That was the beauty of like that photo is like when they hugged, it created the black stripe between
Yep.
them going down, and then it was like the two opposite tie dyes on either side. So it now created almost like one big shirt design when they like put their arm around each other. Like that's what I
Hey,
think.
hey, hey, I'm gonna hit that hard for Valentine's Day. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's what I'm saying. Like that is right there. Like that couple one now is this unique position for your own personal brand. And it's like, start Valentine's off on a good note. You know what I
Hey,
mean? You know what I
hey.
mean? You know what I mean? You put it together. You know what I mean? Like that's what I just really think is some things to consider. But again, I am imploring everybody. You really gotta start at the end with the business and define the
Yeah, I've heard you say
pathways
that.
and,
Yeah.
and and just and figure out what you want out of it specifically, and then try all the pathways to make that happen till you make one work, and because that's going to give you much more peace, much more purpose, and ultimately fulfillment when you figure out the one that works and it gets you there. You know what I mean? And it may require trying all the things we talked about, right? Like the couple shirt, it
Yeah.
could be licensed stuff. It could be it could be license only. That's the hero of it. You know what I mean? It could be collaborations only, but either way, it's making sure that you sort of set a goal on how much that you need to sell, how much it's going to cost you to make it, and ultimately how much of that are you going to net, and how do you make that consistent to live the life that you ultimately want to live. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know you got
Yeah,
another
that's
question for me,
incredible.
man. What's your other question?
Oh, yeah. The, other question's more of life-based. I guess it falls into both categories. Um, just how do you remain so calm and into it and zoned in under high pressure situations all the time? Um, just very seem to be a master at it at this point, but I'm trying to learn myself how
And,
to
and, and what's high pressure
do
to
that.
you? Right? I'm curious to see, like, well,
This right now.
yeah, yeah. Hey, do you feel more pressure here or Paula Sands?
Um, I would say here just because of you, but
Yeah,
that one was live TV, and live TV is a different animal. I mean,
yeah,
of course, I'm preaching to the choir, but
yeah.
yeah, just I don't know. It's kind of the same feeling, but this one's really meaningful to me just because I've been a fan for so long.
Yeah, and look, and you don't seem like you're under pressure in any way, shape, or form. Do you feel under pressure in life
Thank
and
you.
business and other aspects of your life?
Um, Hit and miss. Some days are
Yep.
fantastic. Some days are like, wow, this is. Sometimes it's like, did I bite off more than I can chew? And
Yep.
then a week later, you're like, no, I handled it. I pushed through. I'm there.
Yeah.
And then it's just a cycle of that over and over. And I'm trying to get like super optimized. I know how you live this crazy optimized and with time, and then how in tune you are with your mind, body, and soul is just very impressive and admirable. And I strive for that eventually. I'm working towards that.
Yeah, and look, and I think like when you ask like how do you stay so calm under pressure, it's because I've worked so hard over time to avoid those loops, right? Those big loops of like, where all the doubt comes in. I shouldn't even, what am I even doing? What am I like that? And then something positive happens again. You're back on. Here we go. Like, it's like I worked really hard to eventually evolve away from all of those and to where they got smaller and smaller over time, to where they eventually now hardly ever even loop, right? It's almost like something may pop up, then I just handle it immediately, but it never pulls me down, right? And again, it's many more years of work
Mhm.
and really deciding like I didn't want to live like that. I wanted to get to a place where it was really steady and balanced, and I had to define what that was. Then I had to go out and try to do it and then get better and better at it over time. And again,
Almost
it's
like a trial and error.
right, and but you wanna do it with purpose. You wanna always know what pulls me down, but what pushes me up, and then begin to like look at how do I begin to eliminate or change the things that are always the same things pulling me down. Because you'll end up realizing it's the same sort of things, and so it's like once you knock out 4 or 5 of those, then the dips aren't as deep, and you can begin to optimize and then ultimately have more consistency at the higher side to push your goals further and be happier and more motivated because of what you've been able to do with yourself and watching yourself grow over that time is just something I think you should consider. But look, this is what I'm gonna do, man. I'm gonna
Hmm.
I want you to send me out. Look, no, no, no. Here we go. Here we go. I'm gonna end this conversation on a good note, okay?
That's what I'm talking
Because
about, bro. You bring it.
I want you to send me out. Um, I'm gonna go online. I'm gonna pick a couple of styles, hit me with
Hmm.
some sizes, and I'm gonna
Hmm.
wear a good note sweatshirt on ridiculousness, okay? And I'm gonna wear. I'm gonna wear
You lost
this.
me. You lost me.
Look, you're gonna tune into you're gonna tune into ridiculousness with your mom, your dad, your girlfriend, and above all, your parrot. And you're gonna see Rob Dyrdek rocking a good note tie-dyed hoodie. Okay. So
You have no idea
okay.
what that would do. Oh my gosh.
And look, I'm not going to promise you that it explodes your business, because you do know they do play like 100 of them a day.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
But you will at least have the feather in your cap to know that you said, "Hey, I'm gonna reach out to this guy, send in a video," which led to like, "Wow, he brought me on the show. He even watched my Paula Sands live video." And man, if he didn't just decide to get a couple sweatshirts and rock them on ridiculousness. So
Hey, I not just you, man. I'd love to hook up the whole family. We got kid sizes and everything.
yeah, and hey, and if you know me, I love matching kid and family photos.
Um, if I got a matching family with that deer or a matching photo with the Dyrdek family, that's a game changer in itself, man.
Okay, well, look, I appreciate meeting you. I really think you got to stay focused on defining really what success is for you in both life and business, and design it and keep pushing. And I really wish you the best, man. Keep pushing
Oh,
on the dream, man.
thank you so much, and I can't wait to see you wearing good note on that stage out there, man.
I look forward to it, man.